the Spanish were really pushing and pressurizing in their own area. So today, I don't think England would do that much. So I think Cellini and Bonucci would get a lot of space to really pass around, build it from the back. And for me, I think Jorginho and Verratti is going to be very important midfield. They need to dominate that, and which I think today they have got good chance to dominate. And up front, we've got Insigne and Immobile and Chiesa, who's been doing fantastic. But I think defensively, they need to make sure that they need to come and defend. When going up front, they've been very, very dangerous. They've scored goals against any good top defensive team. So only when they have to defend, I think they'll have to come and do a little bit of work and support the team. Overall, I think it's a great team. That's the same team that's started in the semi-finals and starting today as well.
Yep. So there is that consistency in that squad. Of course, in terms of a head-to-head, not too much of a difference there. 10 victories for Italy and 8 for England. But in the last 6 competitive matches, England have not managed a victory against Italy. Luis, you feel this Italian team will fare better in midfield than they did against Spain?
Yeah, well, I think the way that they like to work is exactly the same way. They haven't changed the whole tournament. They try to press in certain moments during the game. It's not a team who goes all the 90 minutes. Mancini knows there is no chance that a team can hold for 90 minutes pressing high, trying to regain the ball. They like to bring a lot of players when they try to do that kind of pressure. But I like to mention what you guys are talking about in the midfield. I think what Gareth Southgate has done very well is to bring a little bit with the 5 at the back, with Trippier in one side, Luke Shaw in the other side. He's going to manage to bring Sterling and Mount inside a little bit. What that's going to do is going to make
who grew up to be the legend, Carl Lewis, and win the long jump gold at 4 Olympic Games. Who will we watch emerge this year? Tokyo Olympics. New legends are coming. Watch them emerge on the widest coverage of the games ever.
This July, big hits will thunder. The wickets will explode. The men in blue are back in action. India Tour of Sri Lanka live on Sony Live. Subscribe now. Sony Live's coverage co-presented by Vimal Ilaichi, Wazir X, India's most trusted Bitcoin exchange, and Betway.
मेरा बर्थडे हम साथ में सेलिब्रेट करेंगे, इकट्ठे बैठ के फूके फुलाएंगे दोनों.
How can you have so much of hatred for somebody you're still following, man?
Trollers कहते हैं उन्हें. They're part and parcel.
This July, big hits will thunder. The wickets will explode. The men in blue are back in action. India Tour of Sri Lanka live on Sony Live. Subscribe now. Sony Live's coverage co-presented by Vimal Ilaichi, Wazir X, India's most trusted Bitcoin exchange, and Betway.
मेरा बर्थडे हम साथ में सेलिब्रेट करेंगे, इकट्ठे बैठ के फूके फुलाएंगे दोनों.
How can you have so much of hatred for somebody you're still following, man?
Trollers कहते हैं उन्हें. किसी को नहीं छोड़ते वो, चाहे SRK हो या KRK.
मम्मी रो क्यों रहे हो?
एक ही खा रहे हैं.
ए देखो, एक कॉर्नफ्लेक्स.
एक ही फुलिया जी खा रहे हैं तू.
आप सभी क्या करते रहते हो? खाना नहीं मिलता क्या आप लोगों को?
किसी हॉट सी बंदी का नाम बोल. जेनिफर लॉरेंस. औकात मेरे के नाम बोल ले. मुझे.
Mother talking happiness.
In India, we pray before we start any important work.
Okay.
What the hell are you doing?
At the Mexico City Olympic Stadium. In the 1968 Olympics, Bob Beamon set a superhuman long jump world record.
29 feet, 2 1/2 inches, the longest jump in history.
Watching this, a 7-year-old boy marked out Beeman's distance in his garden. And against this target of almost 30 feet, he practiced every day. Back then, the world didn't know about the boy who grew up to be the legend, Carl Lewis, and win the long jump gold at 4 Olympic Games. Who will we watch emerge this year? Tokyo Olympics. New legends are coming. Watch them emerge on the widest coverage of the games ever.
मैं के बाद अपना नाम बोलिए।
मैं के बाद अपना नाम बोलिए।
मैं के बाद रानी जी अपना नाम बोलिए।
This July, big hits will thunder. The wickets will explode. The men in blue are back in action. India Tour of Sri Lanka live on Sony Live. Subscribe now. Sony Live's coverage co-presented by Vimal Ilaichi, Wazir X, India's most trusted Bitcoin exchange, and Betway.